What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have 10 common Dutch household items that may surprise Americans. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit the join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get to it.
Have that over here. It's not really cheese. It's
It's
cheese
not cheese.
flavored stuff.
It's cheese flavored plastic. It's not even cheese flavored.
Sorry about that.
Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thanks for a lot of your comments, which we followed up with for this week's video. We're covering the 10 more common things in Dutch households, and we included a few of your suggestions, so see if you spot yours. Also, I just wanted to let you know a little disclaimer here. The things that we're going to describe don't mean they're not available in America. Some American households have some of these items. And also, some Dutch households don't have some of these items, but we're just doing a general commonalities. So the first thing we're going to start with is one of my favorites. One of my favorites, and it is the gourmet, or the gourmette, which is also usually accompanied with fondue. And it looks like this.
Oh, love this.
We love this thing. And as you can see, it has a grill top, and it also has all these little individual skillets, which we use at Christmas time over here. And here's a... So there's actually a few days of Christmas here. There's Christmas Eve, and there's the first day of Christmas, which is with the family, and the second day of Christmas, which is with friends. And so the gourmette helps to save on overdoing the cooking on those days so you can have more time to enjoy it. So you might have a sit-down meal for Christmas, for instance, but you have the sit-down meal with the family. And then afterwards, you have the gourmette. And the gourmette is so that it makes it easier on the host. You can put out all the little bits of meat and vegetables, eggs, whatever, cheese, what you think people would want to grill, what they would want to combine maybe with the eggs.
And you cook them yourself, right?
Cook
You
them
would just
yourself.
That's
you would like
cool.
put everything out in little plates, and people can just grab what they want, little meat or cheese.
It's kind of neat. Nobody has to eat anything they don't want. The cleanup is easy. The setup is easy. Everyone's facing each other, so it's very communal. I do know that there are Dutch people who don't like this, who thinks that it's impersonal and it is just doesn't think it shows enough effort for the holidays.
I
But
disagree.
We like it. We
I love
like
it, man. I love it.
You go to the grocery stores around Christmas time, and the sections have pre-made, pre-packaged, portioned out meats and cheeses. They have herbal butters that are shaped like various figurines and so forth for like bears.
It's making me want to fire this up right now. This thing is like,
It's really fun.
it really is fun.
We tend to do overkill because it's just the two of us, and we have had a week of gourmette last Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had so much stuff because we wanted to try a little bit of everything. So we ended up with so
And it
much
all
leftover.
adds up, obviously. You
Every
eat a lot of
night.
stuff.
Yeah, every night. Pull out the gourmette, finish off the leftovers. Oh, the gourmette again.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Really
gourmet
good
is
stuff.
good though. And the other thing about the gourmet is that it's not hard to find. But I went to Jumbo the other day and they had them above the vegetarian meat section. So yeah, easy to find. In America, if you want to clean yourself,
That's so freaking cool. I wish that we had something like that. I don't see that as being impersonal at all. And I'm sure, like she said, some households here have it, but in general, I haven't seen that. And I think it'd be cool to like get everybody around the table, just put out different meats, cheeses, whatever. So because everybody might probably like different foods, and everybody gets to kind of make their own thing, but you kind of get to make it around the table with company, talking to each other as you're making the food that you want. Everybody's happy with what they got. Like, that sounds perfect to me. That's super freaking dope, and I absolutely love that. All right, what's next? I'm gonna love this
in the
list.
shower, you can use your hands, you can use a washcloth, or you can use a scrunchie like that.
That's what I do.
And that's pretty typical. But one of our commenters told us about the washandje. The washandje is basically like a washcloth, but you put your hand in it, and then you put the soap on it and lather yourself up. It may not get you cleaner, than any of the other methods. But the nice thing about this is that the scrunchie you leave to dry in the shower and it can get bacteria on it, so that
Sure.
it's not as clean as your own hands when you go to use it. The Voss Hanja are very cheap. I got 2 of these at Webro for 80 cents, I think, for 2.
And I had never even seen these. I've seen these, but I didn't know what they were for. I thought it was actually for the kitchen when I first saw it.
That's what I would've
I didn't
thought.
realize it was for the bath. So
Yeah, and so you can use it once and then throw it in the wash. And if they fray from overwashing, if you're using them every day, you can buy a bunch of them because they are cheap. And also, the Netherlands does textile recycling, so you can go drop them off at the recycling bin when they start to get too damaged to use. So, very Dutch. I've heard that I think only the Dutch and the Belgian use these. So let us know in the comments. Now, something that you
Yeah, that is. I use the little scrunchie, but like she said, when there's bacteria can't be in there, but I just, it's just always worked for me. It's very convenient, very easy. But if I ever run into any issues with bacteria or fungus or anything, I'm definitely gonna stop using it. Uh, but that I've known people like here in America. I haven't seen anybody with that would look like it was for the kitchen. Like that would be dope for me to wash dishes. Like I already got the towel around his hands, or dry dishes. But I know people that we do have things where like a glove in the shower, and you can like wash your body with it. So it's almost like you use your hands, but it's like gloves specifically made to bathe yourself that just go right around your hand. And so we have things that do go around your hand that you can wash yourself with, but that specifically, no. I haven't seen that in any
do
household.
have in American homes, but not that commonly. And I think it says a lot about the American diet, and that is the ard apple
Oh yeah.
stump.
I think,
Yeah,
right?
I know
That was
that.
called Art Apple Stomp.
Stump.
Yeah.
We had one of these in the U.S. because Mark was on a major kick making a lot of garlic mashed potatoes once, so I bought him one to make his life easier. But you don't really see them. That was the first time I owned one.
Not this actual design. Like
Yeah, you can get
Oh,
the
okay.
coiled metal ones.
yeah, my mother, when I was
Probably work
growing
better.
up, that's what she used, but I've never really seen the stump. So I actually used this last night.
But I went, 45 years before I owned one, back in New York when
Yeah.
we bought our first one. So not as common in America, but with all the Stomp Pot and all the other great dishes like Hootspot, you're going to see a lot of this over here.
Yep, for years I used a fork. That's what I would use to mash my potato. It would be a big fork. That's what I would use.
But again, the Dutch are
yeah.
practical. They know how to
Yep.
make the best use of your time. So this works. So he mashed last night.
Yep.
What, like 3-4 mashes? You did a
was
big
it. It was
batch
done.
of potatoes.
Yeah. Good.
Easy. Another item you'll find.
Like we may not have that specific design, but I assumed that most American households had like a potato masher. My mom definitely had one growing up. But I mean, in this day and age, there she might have a point in the sense of now you can get instant mashed potatoes. Now you can go to the cold section and just grab mashed potatoes. You can throw in the microwave. I've done that, and they turn out to be really freaking good. But you don't got to peel the mashed potatoes and do the mash and do all that by hand and do all that work. If you want to, mashed potatoes might taste a little better because you throwing in a little bit of love in the potatoes, but it's just more work. And these days, with new generations coming up, if there's an easier path to a destination, for the most part, we're taking the easier path.
In American kitchens, very rarely, unless you're a real gourmand, is the
Oh yeah,
Haas
for sure.
calf. And
These
it's a cheese
slices,
slicer. But the difference is that here a lot of cheese is eaten, and a lot of cheese is eaten off the wheel. So you can go to the farmer's market, buy a big chunk of cheese, and use this to shave it.
I still have not used this yet. This right here. I don't even know how to use it. If I was to have a block of cheese, I'm not sure. I mean, I could guess.
Well,
but I've
we have a
never-
block of
yeah,
cheese, so
yeah.
we'll try it later and show you the results. But in America, to get a big chunk of cheese off of a wheel is it's elite. It's expensive.
Yeah.
So most American homes don't have these because most American homes don't get big blocks of cheese. They might get a small block at the grocery store, but yeah, nothing like
Closest thing that, at least in what I've used, is we have a cheese called Velveeta. I don't know if they have that over here. It's not really cheese. It's cheese
not cheese.
flavored stuff.
It's cheese flavored plastic. It's not even
But-
cheese flavored.
But you would have a little cutter with just a wire, basically, and you'd go down and slice
Oh,
slices
yeah.
of this soft Velveeta cheese-like substance off. But that was the closest that I've seen to this. But
Yeah, see, I was
yeah.
raised in Wisconsin, so Velveeta is a dirty word there. It's not cheese.
No, it's cheese.
But
Yeah, see, I ain't no expert on cheese. I ain't had many cheeses in my life. So me, I like Velveeta. It may not be a cheese or cheese flavor, but I like Velveeta. But like I said, I haven't been exposed to a ton of cheeses. So maybe after eating some of the cheeses that she's had the opportunity to eat, I'll be like, nah, Velveeta, try it.
here you can go and get decent cheese, and it's not going to cost you 5 times, 6 times more
Right.
than the
Yeah.
grocery
See,
store.
no, I've
you
never
invest in
had
good
cheese
once
like
in a while
that.
and use your Kaas Schaaf to cut it at home and get a nice even cut. Now the next one,
I do think that's a really cool tool, but yeah, I just don't eat cheese like this enough to for it to be useful for me. But that was cool. That is
I've never
cool.
seen in my life till moving here, and I don't know why. It's just makes so much sense.
What
It's
is
a
that?
rake. No, it's not a rake.
I thought this thing was a back scratcher. Seriously, I thought that's what it was for, and it's not.
No, it's
What's it called?
Flessenlicker.
Flessenlicker. Okay.
Yeah. So it's for bottles, like if you're at the end of your mayonnaise jar or your
She
preserves
brought this
jar.
home yesterday. I thought it, like I said, I thought it was
And
a
he had
back
just
scratcher.
gotten rid of he just finished his mayonnaise, but
Oh wow,
It really is. That it's getting
Yeah.
the sides.
that is
That's
very
where you
nice.
find a lot of,
because the sides are usually hard to get.
yeah, and so you kind of ignore them. But that's where all,
It's funny we are this excited about a Flessenlicker. You would think that we just won the lottery or something. It makes sense because the Dutch are also frugal. They want to make every bit count. They used to have bread weighers, people
Yeah.
who weighed bread in the 16th century to make sure that the bread's crust was of a certain consistency, that it weighed correctly, and that you got every single crumb that you paid for. So
sorry, cat bowl, sorry.
that's so great. I don't know why we never knew about
No, I
it.
never thought about it. I mean, do they have these in the United States or no? I don't.
I have never seen.
I've
one of
never
these
seen one
before.
either. So
I've never
So,
seen
yeah.
it.
If an American has seen this, I'd be very surprised. And it's like a wand too, or you can conduct an orchestra.
Let's watch the Disney Channel.
So the next item is
I've never seen one of those, but I don't know why I've never seen one because that would have absolutely been useful growing up. It'd be useful today. A lot of the stuff I buy now, like I squeeze out of a bottle or nothing that I like scoop, but they still sell a lot of those. Maybe when you making a big food that requires a bottle of that, boom. But yeah, that would be absolutely useful. Why do we not have anything like that? That's
the eponymous
That's
birthday
crazy.
calendar. The birthday calendar, if you watched our toilet video, you'd see it in that. The Dutch have birthday calendars in their bathrooms. Some of the people in the comments have said they don't have one, they don't use one, it's old school, they don't do it anymore, but a lot of people still use these. We do. This is ours. This was a gift from our daughter, and I'm a morbid person. I'm a mortuary archaeologist. So she gave me one that actually records death dates too, which I like.
I love this.
So this one is a little different than the usual ones. They'll have, you write down the birth year and the person's name, and it's a perpetual calendar. So you can use it year after year after year. This one also records the death dates if you want, and also has names of some famous people. But it hangs by your toilet because you know every morning you're going to be in your toilet. And this gives you not only something to look at while you're sitting there, but it also gives you a reminder at the very start of your day to
Yeah.
wish someone gefeliciteerd.
Never knew the Dutch had these. I really did before. I mean, we mentioned this earlier in another video, but before River told me about this, I had no idea that birthday calendars were a big thing.
And the assortment of them is astonishing. They're everywhere. You can get one in your grocery store. You can get one at any bookshop, of course. And they just have a perpetual supply. You can get them online at bowl.com. Our daughter ordered this from an artist on Etsy. But yeah, so it can be as individual as yourself or as your decor. And make sure that you never forget anybody's special day. So, and birthdays are a big deal here. We're going to have a birthday video coming up. So we'll show you just how much they get into.
Love the way the Dutch celebrate birthdays over here. So,
Yeah, it's pretty special. So another thing from the kitchen, and
I just, dang. That is the birthday calendars are a cool thing. I just love the fact that she said, you know, you're gonna start every morning on the toilet, so it's nice to have something to look at. That is cool though, to have a calendar to remember so many people's birthdays, and her daughter was thoughtful enough to do in death days too. She's a mortuary archaeologist. Never heard of that in my life. Don't judge me. Don't tell me I'm dumb. I already know that. But yeah, this is freaking cool. What else y'all got?
you know, you may have this in America, like if you're a pastry chef or something, but I've never.
I got to admit, I have never seen this before. It is an apple core, apple core.
Apple corer, yeah.
Yeah.
And these are pretty common. They eat a lot of apples here as well. But like in America, you usually cut around the core with a knife, and so you lose a lot of the flesh.
Done that all my life, actually. So,
Yeah, and I've even made baked apples before, where I would use a paring knife and cut around it, try to pull it out, and then use like a melon scooper to clean it out. And you lose a lot of the meat. And again, like the Dutch want every drop, so the core makes sense, and it goes right through. You can knock out the core then, and get more of the apple. So popular. Wow, that was easy.
Oh wow.
There you go.
That's it?
That's it.
Where have you been all my life?
Okay, so another
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. That's super dope. Cause I was gonna say not too long ago about like the apple thing where it had like 8 slices around and it has the little hole in the middle to cut the core, so you just push it down on the apple and it slices it up into 8 different slices and it takes the core out. But it takes out a bigger piece of core than that. That's cool. That took out just a tiny amount of core. Just to knock out that core, you get to enjoy the rest of the apple. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. Y'all are freaking.
item that seems to be pretty common in households or gardens. We've seen a lot of it, and you don't see it that much in America, except under certain circumstances. The Buddha.
But the Buddha pops up everywhere. I've seen them in so many gardens and storefronts. It's very, very popular.
The Dutch are less religious per capita than the United States.
I'm sorry, I thought my son was crying.
You know, in America, you might see this if someone is following an esoteric, Eastern religion, or, a little more hippie or a little more Zen. But to have them here, it's I don't know if it's part of the Dutch trading history with the East.
Or if it's ornamental, is it?
If it's ornamental, or if it reminds you of Nixon, which is, to do nothing, to basically, it's a very, very meditative state of mind,
Yeah.
just to let your brain just do what it does.
Seen them in a lot of gardens. a
So
lot.
maybe it reminds them to do Nixon. I don't know. Let us know in the comments why Buddhas are so popular here. I love it. This one is actually mine
Yeah.
from the U.S. that I brought with me. So we've always had one, but like friends would come over and be like, "Oh, you got a Buddha," in America, but or in the U.S. Sorry.
I think they're beautiful. I think I'm gonna guess it's ornamental because it really does add to a garden
It's
as
a
a
beautiful
background.
aesthetic.
It's really gorgeous.
But
So,
he is a reminder to slow down and enjoy the moment. So yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Let us know. So we had another
I
item.
feel like I really like it. I think the Buddha is really cool, and the Dutch not being that religious. But to have that Buddha, I think, like he said, as a reminder, to just kind of be chill in the sense of, I think, and then it's just nice to have out there.
which we had bought over here.
But yeah, we
And
don't really
unfortunately, it's a
have
casualty of our move to our new apartment because we could not find it.
Can't locate it any place.
No.
We were going through boxes
No, it might be
yesterday.
it might be in our Christmas stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know, but it's
yeah.
called a speculus plank, and it's basically a cookie, wooden cookie mold, and they're very popular here for the speculus cookies, which is a spiced cookie. You can eat it year round, but they're very popular to be made around Christmas time. I also used mine last year. I tried to use it for cookies, but there's a nuance to getting it out of the mold, and I didn't quite figure out the right combination. So I was using it for crafts. I was making like but I was like making gift tags made of like homemade paper gift tags and using the mold to make a design on it.
Which is probably why it disappeared. It's in another box. Not kitchen items. It's in another box. So,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I still have to try and figure it out for this Christmas. The final thing that you need, you really, really need is the orange shirt. You gotta have it.
Vital.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a few occasions you're gonna need it. For the Euro Cup, for Koningsdag, and any other time when it's just, yeah.
We
You're
made
in
a
the
little
Dutch
mistake. You probably saw the sale video that we did. We were the only ones wearing these.
Yeah, the
Kind
sale
of
app
felt-
said, "Hey, wear your orange.
Yeah,
Come
wear
on
your
down." So we put on orange, and we saw one other guy
They
with
probably
orange the
knew
whole
we were
day.
foreigners or Americans, and they kind of wanted us to stand out. So, well,
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You need an orange shirt for those once in a while times. So you can get cheap ones like his at a store called Solo, and that's where we got that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is kind of like a Spencer's Gifts in America. And so they can have those. They have those cheap. You can get them at Hema several times a year, like around Koningsdag. Basically around Koningsdag every year, you can find all the shops loaded up with orange gear.
And usually when people wear these, they usually have some color on their face too.
Oh,
With
yes.
Oh, you got that. Yep.
Another thing, if you're going to have this, you got to have this too.
Yeah.
This is the essential makeup kit for those days too. So you can just.
And you probably see this. We're wearing
Oops,
this.
I did it upside down.
We're wearing this in our little thumbnail for our channel.
I did it upside down. I'm
What
so
did you do?
sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
Just like that. That's
Yeah.
all.
I love that.
So now we're ready for the day. So these are just items that we found
We're common over here.
common
Right.
over here that we weren't used to seeing in the United States. So thank you so much for all of your comments. We're reading them, we're paying attention to them, and you're really helping us to find our way over here. So we really are grateful to you.
In the comments, make sure, please, tell us if we're missing any items, household items that we didn't cover.
Yes, this is kind of like our Imberhering class. I mean, we're learning
yeah.
so much from you, and we're learning so much living the life over here, but also doing these videos. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and being
Yeah.
part of this great community that is growing up around us, and we're so grateful for you.
Thanks very much, guys.
That's so freaking awesome. Shout out to them too. But yeah, you gotta have your orange shirt. You gotta have your makeup when it's King's Day, when it's World Cup time, you gotta be ready to go out and support, to flood the streets when it's parades, whatever it be. You gotta have it and be prepared to go out. I hope that y'all enjoyed that. Let me know some of the items you may have in your household that we would not generally have. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, check out the next. See